Hey everyone, Denise here from Sewlimitless, and in today's video I am going to talk to you about a collaboration I did with Cashmerette Patterns to make this jacket here. So let's get started. First of all, welcome or welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, then hi, my name is Denise, and in today's video, like I said, I want to talk to you about this collaboration I did to make this jacket. It is with Cashmerette Patterns, and it's called the Glover Jeans Jacket. This is what it looks like here. Now, this is described as a classic jean jacket. It has chest pockets with flaps here, as you can see, front welt pockets, and it has a high hip length. I did not make adjustments, just so you know. I did not do that, but I'll get into that later, any changes that I made. The fabric that I used for this is a black linen. There's no stretch in this. I had this fabric in my fabric stash at home, but it is a medium weight fabric, so it's actually really perfect for something like this. Now, as far as the recommended fabrics are concerned, what they say, I'm going to look at my notes, are basically a non-stretch denim from anywhere from 8 to 11 ounces in weight. And if you've bought denim before, whether it's at Joann's or online, wherever, it will tell you the ounces of, that gives you an idea of the weight of the fabric. So it's a medium weight. For the welt pockets, you're going to need a fabric for that. I just used some leftover cotton, like a quilting cotton would work for that. So that's something that you don't need a whole lot, just enough for the pocket lining. Now, just so you are aware, like I said, I did this collaboration with Cashmerette Patterns, and in return for making this pattern, I did receive 1 year all access membership in the Cashmerette Club, and that is where you can find this pattern. I will leave a link to Cashmerette Patterns down below so that you will be able to check that out for yourself if you want to join the club, where you can get this pattern or the other pattern that I showed you a couple of weeks ago or whatever. You can also check that one out as well. But for this one, as far as the instructions on the pattern are concerned, I found them well written and easy to understand, which is important because, you know, if you don't know what you're doing, then you need good instructions. So I did find them easy to follow the step-by-step instructions, and I pretty much did that. I followed those instructions step by step. Now, one thing that I did do differently is that I cut my fabric out, or the pattern pieces out, double fabric. They do tell you to cut them out on a single layer. I honestly did not do that. I very rarely will do that. So, you know, whatever. That's just my personal taste. I prefer to cut double. It's just easier for me, and I don't have a huge space. I have a cutting table, but I don't have a wide space except for the floor, and that's just too hard for me to get up and down. So I did double the fabric and cut out like I normally would with any other pattern. I don't believe I really made any changes as far as anything else with this pattern, but normally if I do make a change in a particular step or something like that, I actually will write it on the instructions in that section so that I will remember it for the next time. Now, for this particular one, I made the size 14, and I did base that on the measurements in the chart. And I also did look at the finished garment measurements, and I figured that that would be the best fit for me because I know how I would want it to fit. So I did make the size 14. No alterations were done as far as the fit was concerned. I didn't have to change anything, which is great. I did not add at the chest pocket ribbon. There's like a little tab that you can put in on the side of the pocket. I didn't do that. It's something that you would see if you were to purchase something like a Levi jean jacket. They would have that little tab that says Levi's on it. I believe I have a picture that I can show you, but that's what that tab is. It's just decorative. I did not add that in. It's made with ribbon. I just decided I didn't want to do that. I also did not add, there's side tabs here that close with buttons. I did not put those on as well. The main reason for that is because I had, I believe, 12 buttons, and I think I used 12 buttons for this, so, Now, as far as any sewing tips with making something like this, for this particular fabric and this weight of fabric, like I said, this is a linen blend. It's a medium weight. I just used a universal needle. It's a size 14 that I used. That worked out fine. If you were to use a denim that was a bit heavier and thicker, then you would really, I think, want to use a jeans needle for that, but I didn't really need to do that because of this fabric. I also use regular, as you can see, there's a lot of top stitching. I use regular thread. I don't use top stitching thread. I just use a regular thread, but I use a triple stitch on my sewing machine. So it gives it, since it's a triple stitch, it makes it thicker, and it actually does give it the look of using that thicker top stitching thread. If you are lucky enough to have an extra sewing machine, you could set that up and use whichever machine just for your top stitching with your top stitching thread, if you're going to top stitch in a different color. I actually started out that way I had one machine set up that I was just using for the top stitching, but when it got to some parts that were a little bit thicker, I know that my regular machine, which is a Bernina that I use, that one actually works much better. And then when I saw the difference in the way the stitches looked, I just did everything with the Bernina after that. So I did just have to switch out the threads. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, and it doesn't add that much time, but it's just something that if you can set up a separate machine just to do the top stitching, it does make things go a little bit faster and smoother. Now, also, if you are wanting to keep your top stitching straight, or as straight as possible at least, what I do is I find my marks on the foot that I'm using, on the sewing machine foot. I'll even measure so that I try to know how far apart the rows are going to be. And I just keep my eye on whatever that mark is, and that way on the sewing machine foot, that way I end up with a pretty straight line for the most part. And then I can do the second row following that same procedure. So that does help in keeping all that top stitching straight. So that's my tip for you as far as that goes. Now, overall, this is a great pattern for a classic jean jacket look. You could change up the fabric like I did with this linen blend. You could use a denim. You could use different types of fabric. Probably want to stick with a woven fabric though, because that's really what the pattern is designed for. But overall, I really didn't find it to be a difficult pattern. Now, it does have welt pockets, and welt pockets are not my strong point. So I did spend more time on the welt pockets than pretty much almost any other part. Every other thing went together easily. The top stitching, even though it's a bit time consuming, it goes fairly easily, but no, the welt pockets took a bit more effort. They are not perfect, but they're good, but they work. So that's what matters. It's just one of those things that you build that skill the more you do it. And I don't do welt pockets a whole lot. So, but that was all that is. But they are easy. The instructions are good for how to install those welt pockets. So, like I said, not a difficult pattern. So tell me down in the comments, have you done a lot of top stitching? What is your method for keeping your lines straight, or do you try to avoid it? Honestly, for me, most times when I'm doing a lot of top stitching and I make jeans and things like that, I actually like the top stitching to be in the same color as the fabric or whatever I'm using. Like if it's a dark blue, I'll do the top stitching, but I'll do it in a dark blue, so it's not so standoutish. This I actually do like because it does stand out, but that meant I had to be extra careful in keeping everything straight. So tell me, have you struggled with top stitching? Leave me a comment down below. But I do thank you all for watching. I appreciate your time. Please go ahead, like and subscribe to my channel. That will help to push my content out to others who may be interested in my sewing videos. But as I said, I thank you for watching. Take care, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.